Expert Advantage Real Estate Show with Blake Sloan. Blake Sloan, one of the top real estate agents not only on the Grand Strand, but in the world. He's been featured in Forbes magazine, the Wall Street Journal, NBC, and many other publications. And now, the Expert Advantage Real Estate Show with Blake Sloan. Welcome into another weekend edition of the Expert Advantage Real Estate Show with Blake Sloan. I'm Dave Priest. We'll talk to Blake in just a second. But first of all, some of the contact information that you might need to know, because over the next 30 minutes, you've got a lot of information coming your way. And when you hear it, you've got to say, I want to know more about that. Well, that's why I give you this. 808-SOLD, that's the phone number, 843-808-SOLD for Blake Sloan at Sloan Realty Group. Of course, the website designed exclusively for this radio program is BlakeSloanRadio.com. That's BlakeSloanRadio.com. If you'd like to email, you can email to that website, ask@BlakeSloanRadio.com. If you didn't get that contact info just yet, that's okay. We'll repeat it several times over the next 30 minutes. So get a pen handy and get ready to go. But let's get ready to go ahead and welcome into the show for this week, the man himself, Blake.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Got a ton of great brand new information, brand new show, tons of great info for both buyers and sellers. And first thing we'll cover, we got a huge announcement for both the Grand Strand and our company, Sloan Realty Group. And just it has something to do with a small national TV show called Shark Tank, which is really cool, and we'll kind of talk about that. It's breaking here. No one really knows about that yet, so we'll talk about that in a second. Have an update on some market numbers. Waiting on the brand new numbers. We have a new source. We can kind of get more real-time county data and certain things we'll cover. Talk about interest rates, where they're at now. A little different news there. A little unexpected. We'll kind of cover that, where that's at. Also have huge news that this is literally yesterday. Basically, I got a call and been working with a hedge fund, smaller hedge fund from California. They're looking to buy higher-end homes and looking to spend $20-30 million in our marketplace here. And we'll talk about that criteria, what they're looking for, what that is. But literally, our challenge there is obviously finding that inventory based on what they want. We'll talk about that. And we're also going to talk about why your house doesn't sell. This is something that I mentioned a few weeks ago, but it's something that is really almost been bugging me with some things we've been dealing with and talking to people out there in the public. And they totally do not have the right information on why their house didn't sell, for sure. And we'll talk a little bit about the holidays. The holiday, paralysis people get into, and why one of our buyer experts, put 3 houses under contract yesterday in one day. And we'll talk about that situation and, what would happen to those sellers if they would have said, well, let's just wait till the first of the year so that all my neighbors have for sale signs too, and they were able to get their sold. So we'll talk about that, what your options are and kind of where you're at. And we'll talk again about we're in a huge growth mode company-wise, and we're hiring, people that are talent in both administratively and also on the sales side, who have, are very passionate about delivering to their client, delivering to consumer, and pure excellence in a way. So we'll cover all that, and of course, smoking hot deals for everyone, and show you VIP access to the absolute best deals for anyone else.
Well, Blake has been on the air with us here for a lot of years, and if you're new to the show, that's cool. We got new callers, new viewers, new listeners on a regular basis, and so we're glad that you're there. But if you are new to the show and don't know exactly what Blake's all about, real quick little primer here. Amazing story. He's been dubbed the real estate whiz kid. He's been featured in Forbes magazine, Wall Street Journal, NBC, Realtor magazine, and most recently several times on Fox and Friends. Speaking of Fox, he's been endorsed by Sean Hannity, Glenn Beck as well. Now, those things by itself are great, but if you put them all together, it's just unmatched, unrivaled in our area. And we always talk from week to week about some of, Blake, your trademark systems, how you help both buyers and sellers. You've developed them over the years, and they are just proven time and time again. And again, for the first-time listeners here, if you want to explain kind of what you do.
Absolutely. And, I had this kind of in the plans initially with the show, like we're going to take this out eventually, but it's something that is almost been frustrating in a way where it makes me want to beat my head against the wall because even people that listen to the show we talk to sometimes, because most people don't realize that the number one thing, the single most important variable that determines your failure, right, as a home seller or success in getting your home sold or home bought is 100% related to the agent that you choose, period. And it's day after day after day we talk to people who we may, submit to our site or even listen to this show once or twice, and they think that real estate agents are all the same, right? All a commodity. And it could not be further from the truth because the fact is that from A to Z in the home selling process, there's 115 different variables. Every single one of those variable points, you can create positive leverage, meaning you keep more money in your pocket, right? Or negative leverage, meaning you leave money on the table. that you may or may not know about actually when you're going through that process. So what we've done is literally reverse engineered every single one of those variable points and create a system to create maximum leverage for our clients at every single one of those, and giving the most unfair competitive advantage in the process. So for our sellers, we have our guaranteed sold system. It's the only proven repeatable system to sell your house up to twice as fast and for 21% more money in traditional methods, and it's literally line by line, number by number. It's a massive, massive difference. And for the buyers out there, we have our unfair advantage home buying system, which gives buyers, the absolute best access to the best deals, foreclosure, distress sales, desperate sellers, even before most real estate agents even know about them. But on top of that, you get access to the absolute best financing, right? Who has the best type of loan who matches your situation? Are you a first-time buyer? Or are you an investor? Are you a move-up buyer? We have access, and we literally, I went around personally and interviewed different mortgage brokers and lenders, just about every single one, to find out what do they have, what can they offer, and how can we leverage, the fact that we sell a house every 18 hours to them where they give our clients the absolute best deal. And that's something that gives our clients the most ultimate competitive advantage in both the buy side and the sell side. But it's something that, it's more recently we've gotten so much more passionate about it. We've kind of gone in and seen and talked to people, and they still, if you get charged for murder on something that you didn't commit,
right,
you want that public defender, or you want the absolute best of the best, Johnny Cocker, whoever it may be. And it's so true, but you're dealing with your largest asset, but you go with somebody that's an acquaintance that you may or may not know that doesn't have a true proven track record, or you don't even ask them. Most people don't even ask them, well, what are you going to do differently that no one else is going to do, right? And it blows my mind. We have people that we talk to them 2 or 3 times, we send them a video, and they still don't know or get it. But the reason I want to cover that in the show, because people are listening. We talk to people on the phone, and I want to cover this in a little bit. Is we've been reaching out to people with who their listings expired, right? So the fact is, over half the homes here in the MLS fail to sell. Fact, right? So you wouldn't get on an airplane if you had less than 50% chance of making it. But people do the same thing every day with their house. And what happens? So we'll call them or reach out, and what happens is they automatically think agents are the same. The first question they ask is, "What's your commission?" or "What you do?" Whatever it is, they don't even have it's almost hard to even communicate that fact to them because they just think everybody's the same.
Right.
Oh, they all do the same thing, or whatever it is. And in fact, well, maybe most of them all do the same thing, but doesn't get results. That's why there's over 50% of them do fail to sell. And that's probably, we kind of figured out in the past month or two how to label this a little better. We call it, our biggest problem is having to overcome the AFA. AFA is the average frustrated agent. Period, right? And it's almost a funny way where they come in, they're part-timer, or they do this, or they just do the same thing else that everyone else does, and guess what? That leaves tons and tons of money on the table. And it's a perfect example is, you can probably have a brand new, we've said this a while back too, but if you have, a restored, amazing mint condition, classic Corvette, probably put it out in the driveway, for sale sign on it, probably get it sold, right? Might be able to put it, in a Walmart parking lot or something and get it sold. But if you take that same exact Corvette, put it in every single classic car trader magazine, every single car enthusiast magazine, every single, car enthusiast website, you're probably going to create a little higher demand for that property, and you're probably going to get it sold for a little more money. And it's just a fact of it. But, someone has to invest that money up front. Someone has to know what they're doing there. And you don't want to be an amateur going up against professionals, or even use an amateur when it's your highest and largest asset. I hate to ramble on there, but it's something that's really on my heart lately. It's something that we deal with every day lately. It's something that I've kind of got back in and speaking to some of these people whose houses expired. And what's happened is the agents have convinced them it's their house and not the agent of failure, right? No agent's going to say, "Hey, I failed." They're just going to say,
right,
"Oh, your house isn't sell. It needs some updating, this and that." But the fact is that they're not going to tell you they failed. So anyways, tons of stuff. We'll cover a little more about that, and a ton of great info for everybody today for sure.
And you weren't rambling on. You could just tell, obviously, you're passionate about what you do, and that's what you want to get across to the people who are listening right now.
Oh, man, I want to talk almost the whole show on what we've been dealing with lately, so yeah.
Well, we got a lot of time to get to yet, and as I told you, we've got some contact information. If you didn't get it before, here it is again. If you'd like to get in touch with Blake and find out what he's passionate about, you can give him a call at 843-808-SOLD. That's 808-SOLD. That's a local number here at Sloan Realty Group. You can also go onto the website at BlakeSloanRadio.com, BlakeSloanRadio.com. It is the Expert Advantage Real Estate Show with Blake Sloan.
Hey, it's your friend Sean Hannity. Now, if you own property in Myrtle Beach, the national marketing plan of the realtor that you choose is absolutely critical. And that's exactly why you need to talk to Blake Sloan at Sloan Realty Group. Now, Blake has a marketing system on a whole different level than anyone else in
Hey, do you want me to do that announcement? Sorry.
We'll
do that quick announcement and roll straight to the numbers. The numbers are short, so But I had that announcement, the Barbara Cochran announcement.
Okay, so you want to do that first before you get
But
into
no break in between them, right? It wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. Creates demand and helps your property sell fast and for top dollar. Now, that's why, on average, Blake sells a property every single day of the year and is ranked among the top 100 agents in the entire U.S. by the Wall Street Journal. Now, working with Blake is risk-free. Now, if you're not happy, Blake gives you the freedom to cancel your contract and pay nothing. So give Blake a call today at 808-SOLD. That's 808-SOLD. Or just go online and see Blake's interview on NBC at blakesguarantee.com.
Welcome back to the Expert Advantage Real Estate Show with Blake Sloan. Now is the time of the show, usually after the first break, where we give you the numbers and what's happening, mortgage rates, interest rates, what's happening in the real estate market locally and regionally. We'll get to that in just a second, but you piqued my interest here, first of all, Blake. At the beginning of the show, you were talking about the fact that you did a deal with the people from Shark Tank. What is this all about?
Yeah, this is obviously released to the world now, but did a deal with the shark, right, on Shark Tank, and it's something we've been working on for a while, and very, very honored and proud that we basically, cut a deal with Barbara Corcoran of Shark Tank, NBC Shark Tank, one of the hottest TV shows on TV now, both on, they're on CNBC, and I believe it's NBC or ABC, I just went blank there, but they're on both channels, right? Friday and I think Tuesday on the main national ones, and also they're on CNBC almost every night. But we've been working on this and got an exclusive endorsement from her in regards to us, our systems, our home selling systems. And I flew last minute to New York City this past week and shot a commercial with her a full day. And I got to hang out with her. She's an amazing lady. And it's funny where I watched that show a lot, and my favorite was like Mark Cuban and certain ones. And once I got to meet Barbara, I know she's a business genius in a way, and it's so cool for us to be able to to work with people like that and get the opportunity. And kind of how it came about is when I was in Dallas way back with when I went to Glenn Beck Studios, and we did a couple other things there. She was actually there at the same time with one of the companies she bought invested in during their show. I can't remember the name. It was a bicycle company, I think. Basically, I was able to get introduced to her. Meet her, and through some contacts, we were able to go back and forth for a while, and worked out a deal. So I didn't actually have to give up my company, but they see there's a way that met with her, showed what we do, how we're changing the industry in a way, and literally cut a deal with her. And we're having an awesome commercial that's going to run during the Shark Tanks, both the ones on I think it's NBC and also the ones on CNBC, and be very, very cool. It's something, again, like I mentioned, it's a tool to really maybe help get to people that need it, where we do have an obligation to keep help these people from the average AFA, where they don't know they leave $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 on the table, whatever it may be. So really, really proud of that. Really exclusive. It's huge for this area, to have a national celebrity who is the number one authority in real estate right now. She sold her real estate company in Manhattan for over $60 million, and take that. Parlay that, and she started with, I think, literally like $100, way back. So it's really cool. And she's we were talking business, and she's, I don't say ruthless, man, but she's a little firecracker for sure, and she's got so much energy, and just talking about different stories, and the same thing. We really kind of aligned, and we had some of the same visions and thoughts of how we want to over deliver to clients in every aspect, how we want to be the absolute best in what we do, and she really liked that. And we'll post a couple pictures we took from the shoot on our website. The one thing, they got to edit and do all that stuff, so I think it comes out first of the year, or maybe end of December. We'll definitely talk about it in the show more, but more than anything, honored to have that and have that alignment with a national figure. And even for let's say people are buying down here or selling down here, it allows our clients to be able to have someone who people maybe up north and other areas who are relocating, buying, investing down here, to be able to relate to and get more exposure for Myrtle Beach area, more exposure for our clients as well. So really, really excited about that. We'll have more details to come on it, but very, very excited. It's so cool to have that, and see all that hard work there pay off. But it's something where it wasn't like you can just go there and cut a deal. I mean, it's very, very difficult to do that and meet and go through a rigorous process and break down of our systems and how we've done it, our track record and what we've done. And really, really cool, really excited about it, and hopefully more than anything, just want to be able to parlay that and to be able to help more people here client-wise and make a better decision in regards to who they choose, and not have them go, with that average frustrated agent, whoever it may be.
Well, awesome, and we're looking forward to following this along as it goes through the process. Now, like I said, we do have some new information as far as the real estate market is concerned. What's happening?
So I got a little different tool now. I'm always like nerding out sometimes into numbers and certain things because I like to use that to plan a win. So, we always have our detailed like numbers that come from a company who does it from our MLS, right? That's all of the numbers that, the majority of the sales are through MLS and the realtors and that way. But there's a lot through tax records and things that may not have gone through, a traditional channel. And so we have another tool now that pulls from tax records, all kind of other stuff, and we can get a little more updated information on it. And just want to cover that. We're waiting on our new numbers to come from MLS, which I think is a lot more accurate. So some sales that throw the county numbers off and certain things, but we broke it down by county and just kind of shows kind of the last 3 months breakdown, like a snapshot. And you're looking at median estimated home value, $142,000. That's a little less than our MLS average, right? Because I think this, shows some things that may sold family to family, some certain things that throw the numbers off a little bit. But if you look at South Carolina, their median is 130. If you look at United States, 319,000. So just kind of different thing. The estimated home value in the past 12 months change in the county numbers here, but this is like more real time, right? So that's kind of where we're able to see that. It's up 2.9%. The median list price of active homes is 180. So you can kind of see that range there where it's at. But the list price 12-month change for active listings for sale in there, 5.9% increase. And the median age of a home is 22 years old on the market. So different facts, different stuff, really cool stuff here. So the percentage of people who are actually owning in Horry County versus renting, 71% actually own, and 29% are renting, and the vacancy rate is 9.15%. So really cool stuff, a little different numbers there. We always just want to watch it and use any amount of metrics that we can to be able to win and make better decisions for ourselves, for our clients, in regards to what that may be. But he even talks about the number of all building permits issued so far. Is 224 million, which really cool, and we'll post some of these things on there to see even different demographics and stuff. We're able to see what's kind of going on in the county, because that's something we tailor for our clients, because we need to know who we're marketing to, right? It's going to market differently to a millennial than you are somebody who may be a baby boomer, and it's just certain things to kind of see what the populations are. And for example, here in our area, the largest percentage of population in Horry County is age 35-54, right? By far, like it is double, with 70,000. 316 people listed on here. The next two highest ones are age 55 to 64, they're at 38,000, and then 25-34, 33,000. So you can kind of see where it's double the next two highest ones. Sure. And it's interesting to see that and kind of what's going on in different households. And so a lot of cool things we're able to see. And even, for example, it breaks down occupational categories. The highest one is occupations and food, right? It's kind of the one thing you see here. Next is retail, trade, health care, and social assistance. So it's a lot of cool stuff to kind of see what's going on and what's happening here and have the real-time metrics. So I just, it's not the detailed systematic, numbers we use like every single month. I like those a little better, but it's a different aspect, and we always want to dig in and find more information each and every time that we can. So pretty cool info there, and obviously a lot of it determines on interest rates and stuff. And some really cool news in regards to interest rates, and what's happened is it's back down again, right? It went down, it's back below 4, it's back up again, and now it's back down. So check this out: 30-year fixed rate mortgage. 3.92%. It's even down. It dropped 0.1% from yesterday. So if you look at the 52-week low, 3.87. We're very, very close to that. Look at that 52-week high. It's 4.66%. If you have 15-year fixed rate mortgage, 3.15%. 30-year fixed FHA is 3.40%. And back to what we were talking about numerous times is the jumbo loan 30-year fixed, 3.77. It's crazy. So unbelievable opportunity, and everybody's like, what happened here? Why is this happening? And we saw obviously a drop recently, and here's a quote from his name's Frank, I can't say it, Nolfaft, and he's the chief economist for Freddie Mac, so obviously it's a huge authority there. But he said mortgage rates were down across the board for this past week due to underwhelming economic releases. One of those is new home sales for the national numbers, and basically it missed the expectations. An annual pace of 458,000 units in October, and also National Association of Realtors announced that pending home sales dipped in October 1.1%. So obviously had something to do with the November jobs and expectations. Obviously we just had I think it was Friday, a big increase in jobs they announced, but hasn't really affected the rates yet from what we have here. So it's a it's a great news where, everybody still knows it's going to go up, and it's kind of keep hovering back around that 4%, back below 4%.
Right.
Huge opportunity. That's why we're seeing a big increase in higher end sales and things like that. But it's by far way better than I thought it would be right now. And great news for anybody to think about for listing or even buying something.
Well, speaking of great news coming up in just a minute, we've got a hot buyer alert for you if you continue listening, which I think that you're going to. Plus, we've got some news out of a hedge fund out of California. We've got some other great tips coming your way, which is always the case when you're listening to the Expert Advantage Real Estate Show with Blake Sloan. The phone number to get in touch with Blake at Sloan Realty Group is 808-SOLD. That's 843-808-SOLD. The website, BlakeSloanRadio.com. BlakeSloanRadio.com. It's the Expert Advantage Real Estate Show with Blake Sloan.
Hello, Myrtle Beach. It's Glenn Beck. And if you need to sell your property, you don't have to experience all the headaches and long nights that I had to experience when I finally sold my home in Connecticut. Because you have a celebrity right in your backyard, Blake Sloan of Sloan Realty Group, that guarantees to sell your property at a price and a deadline that you agree to, or Blake is going to pull out his checkbook and buy it himself. The Wall Street Journal ranks Blake among the top 100 real estate agents in North America, and I personally met Blake, and I can tell you that his national marketing program is unparalleled. Blake even gives you the option to get out of your contract at any point if you're not happy with his level of service, but you never will. He's the real estate agent I wish I could have called, Blake Sloan. Call him now at 808-SOLD. That's 808-SOLD. That's 808-SOLD. Or visit Blake's website and see his interview on NBC. That's Blake'sGuarantee.com. Blake Sloan of Sloan Realty Group.
Welcome back to the Expert Advantage Real Estate Show with Blake Sloan, Sloan Realty Group. Again, the phone number 808-SOLD. That's 843-808-SOLD. Do want to let you know about what we're doing with a hot buyer alert. Blake and his team working with so many home buyers. They're looking for homes in the Myrtle Beach area in the range between, all right, listening, $250,000 to $375,000. If you're in that range with your home and you're thinking of selling, contact Blake immediately. Again, the phone number is 808-SOLD, 808-SOLD. Blake showed me his current count of buyers who are signed up on his website. It's an amazing amount of people who are actively looking at any given time in the Myrtle Beach area, over 10,000. The exact number, 10,816 active home buyers right now.
It's cool. It's so crazy. And that's why I want to say, look, let's just bring it out there. We'll pull the whole thing out here. Exactly what it is. Here's, a screenshot of exactly what it is. And these, again, aren't buyers who signed up and just put their email in, right? These are people who log in daily, who are searching, who are looking to buy something. We've talked to them and go back and forth. We set them up on what we have, our Unfair Advantage program. They're getting, daily updates and things. But, I mean, there's literally tons of people on our site right now. Chip Tyler, 321,000. Sally Gardner, 348,000. Tons of people out here. There's literally on the site this very minute. So when we say that, initially, like one of the first things in the show, we're like, hey, we have a hot buyer alert. But when you got that many buyers and we're having trouble finding inventory, this is for real. This is what we need. Anybody out there is thinking about selling, call us. And one thing I notice is people end up Googling us all the time. Like they Google me, like the 808-SOLD number. Way more people Google that than go to that or the radio site, which is totally cool. Make sure you do Google Blake Sloan and Sloan Realty Group. There is a Sloan Realty, which is my grandfather started way back in the 70s. He's passed away now. They do some rentals, but we've had some confusion where people maybe see that. And we've tried to do everything online and make sure when they do Google me that you do it. Make sure it's Blake Sloan and Sloan Realty Group. And we first started that, never thought that about everybody Googling at the time, right? Back then, it was, when we first did it, wasn't as huge. So, very important. Just Google. Like I said, we have a VIP concierge where I'm more than happy anybody calls or is thinking about selling. There's no pressure. They say, look, what's going on, what's the situation? And we basically do, we call it our Expert Advantage, situational analysis. And we say, okay, where you at? What do you need? Here's what we have buyer-wise. And again, we sell so many of our homes before they hit the market because our team of buyer experts is able to match those up with our buyers. And that's the one thing in those higher price ranges, people, there's more inventory to need. And I guess I'll run right to that next huge news and things. Sure. This has literally just happened in regards to finalizing working with them yesterday. It's a fairly small to medium hedge fund group out of California. And basically they reached out to us. They're looking to buy here in our area, Myrtle Beach and also in Nevada. Looking to buy higher end homes. Initially, they want $1 million to $5 million. I went to look. That's going to be kind of hard to do. because they're used to some other higher in areas and things. So they'll definitely consider less, and they're looking to spend 20 to 30 million in the next literally the 90 days. They're going to split some of that here up versus there, but they say once it works, they're going to continue. That's just round one, 20 to 30 million in that regard. So it's a little different strategy than some of the others, some of the larger ones we worked with before, where it's not like a buy, rent, hold as much. They're kind of looking to buy it, come in, buy cash, 10 to 20% off of a full-scale market. So anybody out there may need to sell quickly, maybe know somebody, maybe distressed, or it may need some work because they're still okay with fixing it up. They're going to have a crew here that's going to fix it up and be able to flip that back and not so much as a huge flip, but they're going to also possibly do a little bit of buy, hold strategy on a few of those. And it's not just the high end. It can even be some commercial stuff and different things out there they're looking to do. But that's a great partnership that we're looking forward to be able to do stuff. We have 3 weeks to get them a whole breakdown of stuff. Like they really want to have those, evaluate them, come down, and they're going to come evaluate those properties, what they have, and be able to pull the trigger right then and start the process. So it's a great thing. I want to just announce. If you're thinking about it, call us. Again, our goal is we're just a connector, right? We have very good systems to bring in, institutional buyers, investors, regular buyers, and we match those up with our clients. Obviously, we have a team of amazing people on both sides of that help do that, and that's what we're good at. And that's really kind of what we do and what makes us apart. We don't just list something and just sit out there and hope someone brings a buyer, right? So it's a big thing. It's a little different as well. So definitely call us, reach out. I guess we got a couple minutes left.
Yeah, I just got a couple of minutes left. I mean, you're talking about your team. You're looking to add to your team?
Yes, huge thing here. We're in growth mode. Both you have a big vision of where we're at, where we're going. We think we have something that can really make a difference in real estate. Our whole motto here is real estate's broken and we're fixing it. Fact, right? People don't trust real estate agents. People have had bad experiences with them. And it's something that, we feel that we're pretty doggone good at what we do. And we feel like we have something that can help a lot of people out there, and we're in growth mode. So we're hiring, both administrative and sales. Look for talented people, who are achievers, like to deliver excellence, and anybody like that. If you want a ground floor opportunity and be able to be a part of a great culture, things that are growing, and want to be excited every single day when you're waking up, be around people who are like you, and we want to live not just a great in the business world. We want to have every aspect of our life great, and we all push each other and do that. And we'll challenge you to gain more knowledge. Have the highest level of integrity and, be able to serve and over to their clients. And so it's great stuff. If you're interested, go to our site, Google us, email in to the email that we have. And I think it's ask@blakesloanradio.com. And that's the best way. Calling me or anything like that is going to be hard because we like to go through a system and keep track there. So great news for anybody out there that's looking for it. We want to announce it, on the radio show and stuff too, because people may be driving, may not be satisfied with your job, may not be fully getting that fulfillment there, right? And that's something that we're so passionate about. And everyone that works, with us is, you're excited about getting up in the morning. You're excited about making a difference. And it's really cool, man. We've seen some of those videos. You guys have heard the testimonials, right? People have had bad experiences listed with 2 years with another company. We come and sell in 2 weeks. And it's really cool to see that working. But a part of that, and one of the biggest key factors, we have to have really good people, right? People who want to get up early, who want to stay late, who want to, work. And that's, for some reason, tough to find sometimes in like vacation type areas and things like that. So we're very passionate about that, and we're in a huge important growth mode right now with that. And anybody out there, reach out, call us, tell your friend about it. If you think they may be interested, that's cool. Just have anybody reach out, and we'll take them through the process. And part of our process, you learn a lot about you too, personality types, your strengths, weaknesses, through a third-party consultant we have. So very cool, and nothing to lose for sure.
And like you said, the word of the day is passion. You were talking earlier in the show about, you're getting real passionate, and now you got passion going through the whole thing.
I'm pumped up, man, for sure. So we got a lot going on, a lot to do in big 2015 next year, for sure.
Looking for people to help out as well. Again, it's the phone number in case you'd like to get in touch with Blake Sloan. It's Sloan Realty Group. It's 808-SOLD, 808-SOLD, or go online to BlakeSloanRadio.com. Blake, we'll do it again next week.
Absolutely. Talk to you soon.
All right. This is the Expert Advantage Real Estate Show with Blake Sloan.
Hey, it's your friend Sean Hannity. Now, if you own property in Myrtle Beach, the national marketing plan of the realtor that you choose is absolutely critical. And that's exactly why you need to talk to Blake Sloan at Sloan Realty Group. Now, Blake has a marketing system on a whole different level than anyone else in Myrtle Beach. So